My boss gave me Claude Code and a YouTube channel that wasn't performing well, and he was like, go fix it. What he wanted me to do was to make videos that would make the channel grow, but I have commitment issues. I don't want to spend a week finding a topic, researching how to make it work on YouTube, and then filming it just for no one to watch it. So I used Claude Code and I built a skill that does all the research for me. It answers the only question I care about. Is this worth a week of my life? Yes or no? First, it researches my channel and then it finds topics. Then it researches, is anyone even interested in this topic? Is the moment alive or it has already passed? Then it digs into the topic itself, finds the facts, and then makes sure that they actually hold up. So I'm not on camera giving you wrong information like ChatGPT. Then it tells me how to make it work on YouTube. The title, the keywords, the description, tune entirely to my channel and my target audience so that the right people actually find it. And just in case it doesn't work, especially because it's new channel, it gives me a backup plan. All of this comes together as one card. It greenlights the ideas worth making and kills the rest. So that's what I call it, greenlight, but you can give it a better name. And I used it to plan my entire channel before I filmed a single thing. I'm also going to help you set it up for yourself, whether you have a channel already or you're just starting out. But here's a fair warning. I'm not a tech person. This is my first Claude Code project, and this definitely isn't a make money on YouTube video or replace my entire team with AI video. This is a build it public video. I built something in Claude Code for the first time, I used it, and other people can use it too, especially if they are content creators or marketers. In fact, my entire goal for this channel is to learn AI, use AI, and build with AI to make my life easier as a content creator and a marketer, and hopefully yours too. So, before we jump into how Claude Code works, or how Greenlight works, or how to set it up, let's talk about some YouTube basics, taking the example of the channel that my boss gave me. And towards the end of the video, I'll tell you what finally happened to that channel too. Here's the channel, and it had been around for 10 years. Honestly, the content was good, but the strategy wasn't. First, they weren't posting regularly. Posting whenever you're able to make something versus posting in a way that keeps people coming back, those are two different things. Second, whenever something worked, they didn't go back and see why it worked. And third, and this is the worst one, the identity of that channel and who their target audience was never discussed. So whenever someone in the team made content, they would just publish it without anyone thinking, hey, does this belong here? Take a look. Here are my videos, which are beginner-friendly tutorials for people making AI agents or just learning AI without coding. Then someone else was posting videos about deflection rates, which is highly tuned for customer support automation. Someone else is creating videos on how AI news and AI funding impacts all of us. Some developers in the team are making videos about how they use Claude Code to automate their own work. All of these video categories draw in very different types of people, which means the algorithm doesn't know who your target audience is, which means it can't push it to the right people. This is everything that this channel did wrong. But there are a couple more things you could do wrong on YouTube because YouTube changed the definition of what good content is. Number one, keyword stuffing and clickbaity content is being pushed out. A lot of people used to really work the title and thumbnails for clicks, and that used to work, but it didn't resonate with the audience. So now it doesn't work anymore. Number two, YouTube is on the lookout for AI slop. So those fully automated, low effort videos are going away. That does not mean that you can't use AI generated content in your videos at all, but it just means if there isn't even a touch of your personality in your videos, it's going to be a lot harder. Number three, expecting the video editing and the visuals to carry your video. Once upon a time, the better edited your video was, or the crazier visuals you had, or the faster pace it had, more people would get attracted to that. But now, uncut or unedited videos with really good and human storytelling are what's winning. And on the other hand, cinematic long form content is also winning. I had to do all this research before I built Creamlight because it's highly YouTube specific. That doesn't mean you can't take what I've built and optimize it for a different kind of research. For example, if you're a content writer, you could totally just use Claude Code and connect it to Ahrefs or SEMrush, customize it a bit, and it'll be like topics to grow your blog. So now let's talk about how it works and how I used it to plan my entire channel. You will have to customize it a bit for your channel if you're planning to use it, so you might as well know how it works. But if you're really not interested, ouch, I built that. But you can skip ahead to the next section for the setup. The first thing about Greenlight is that it already knows you, your channel, your competitors, and your audience. You are going to tell it that once during the setup, and this drives the entire research. Then you have two modes. One is scan. That's for when you have absolutely no idea and you just want it to find topics that are reliable and will work. The second mode is investigate. That's when you have an idea and you just want to know if it's worth it. Once you run either of these modes, it goes on to check the demand. It uses vidIQ to actually pull data from YouTube. vidIQ is free, but you do have a limited set of credits every day, so it does the cheap thing first. It checks if anyone is even interested or actively searching for that idea or topic. And I know you're thinking, oh, that's keyword search. It is, but it's a little better because it won't cancel your idea just because the keyword doesn't have search volume. It'll try rephrasing it, reframing it, and only if absolutely nothing seems to work, it'll cancel the idea. So my actual idea for this video was how to plan a YouTube channel with AI, which has exactly zero search volume. So Greenlight suggested that I aim for Claude Code and YouTube as keywords instead. So that's what I'm doing. But basically, it checks if anyone wants this before it spends any real effort or credits on it. So that's step one, which is, does anyone care about this? Step two is it finds what's actually working and if it's still relevant right now. It basically looks out for two things. First, what's the angle or the take that worked? And second, is that angle still fresh or has the conversation moved on? So here's a couple of real examples where this worked. When Greenlight was looking at AI video tools, the topic was obviously hot. Tons of search. But the freshness check caught a trap. A brand new model breaks out basically every month. See it in 3.0, the Gemini Omni, then Huen, and it takes me at least a week to film a video. So a video titled The Best AI Video Generator is stale within 2 weeks, and there's a newer one by the time I publish. So its call was, don't make a tool spec video. The angle that survives is what's actually usable for a creator. Because that's about your real lived experience and not a tool spec that expires. Another example of where this is useful, the phrase Claude versus ChatGPT has a huge search, like 379K per month. But the freshness check showed that the typical ChatGPT or Claude, which is better, comparison isn't what's winning anymore. What's actually breaking out here is your old prompts are backfiring because the model's changed. So if you made that obvious comparison video, you'd be publishing last year's angle into a conversation that's already moved. So that's step two. If something survives to step three, and that's where it does the actual research on that topic in a reliable way. This is the part which I find the most useful because what I used to do whenever I want to research a topic was to go to Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to explain it to me. And if you've done that, you might have realized that ChatGPT or Claude are not always reliable sources of information. You just can't take what they say at face value. That's why I needed step 3 so badly. First, it will go and find the facts around your topic with a typical web search. But there is a filter. Each source of information goes through 5 checks before the system thinks it's acceptable. Simple stuff, but ChatGPT doesn't even do that. Is the source a real named person or a company? Or is it a vendor selling something? Because you don't want to trust any information given by a vendor whose entire agenda is to get people to buy something. Then, is the source recent? Is it actually findable? And whatever doesn't pass through all 5 these questions gets tossed. Then, to make the research even more reliable, it will not trust anything unless 2 independent sources actually agree. And the move that nobody else seems to make. It catches when 3 sources are secretly all repeating the same thing. This is the citation cascade detection substep that counts independent claims instead of URLs. It also won't do that annoying thing where ChatGPT finds 2 contradictory sources of information and secretly picks one. It'll pick the side that it thinks you like. It will actually give you both with a breakdown. So that's the research. By the way, a lot of the YouTube research was vidIQ credits and you only get 50 free credits every day. So I designed it in a way that before it spends, it'll tell you exactly what it's going to do and how many credits it'll cost you. And it will wait for your approval so you can stop it where a free check would have saved you credits. Finally, it creates the topic card. Let me show you the card it made for the other channel, the one that wasn't performing. You can see just how detailed the information is. So the topic was a new take on an old story about how IKEA had a chatbot called Billy, which automated 47% of customer support. But the 57% of work it couldn't do actually drove 1.3 billion euros of revenue. You don't have to know the story, but see what it did. It chose a title that would draw in people who are looking for a true story instead of putting the target keyword in there instead. It always puts the audience first, No clickbaity stuff that YouTube doesn't reward anymore. And it suggested putting the keyword in the metadata instead of the title to bring in the traffic. It also gives a reasoning about why this keyword, because it knew the channel wasn't performing well to aim higher for now. It also went in and analyzed how likely the video was to draw in the right audience, which for this channel is CXOs and CX leaders. It also honestly noted where it doesn't have information. It even found what's the closest existing video and why it works, what's the tactic we can use from this. Then there's a plan for what to do if the video does not perform as expected. After that, it actually went and found the honest story because a lot of sources made claims about the story that weren't true. I know I said it, but that's my favorite part of Greenlight. It tells you specifically what not to say so you don't get fact checked in the comments. And it notes down the sources too. Finally, once you approve a topic, it's officially greenlighted. It is stored for you along with the other topics you approved. There's also more stuff in there like a cooldown period, so two of your own videos aren't competing, but you can explore the rest of it yourself once you set it up for your channel. So here's what you need to set it up. Number one is a Claude subscription with the Pro plan, which is for $20 or $17 if you don't have commitment issues. And number two is vidIQ, which is free. I'm assuming you already have both, but if not, the links are in the description. Go get them quickly. And keep those tabs open in your browser for the next few minutes just to make your life a little easier. Let's start with step one of the setup. Just go to your terminal by doing command plus space and then typing terminal and then hitting enter. It'll open something like this. You can also try Ghosty, a free app which makes it look like this, and it's prettier apparently. Step 2 is to install Claude Code. In the video description below, there is a text given after install Claude Code, which you can just copy and paste into the terminal. Hit enter and wait a couple of minutes. Then you're going to fully quit the terminal, command press Q, and reopen it. To check if Claude Code was installed, type Claude space dash dash version. If it comes up with a version number, you're good to go. Step 3, type Claude. It'll open up Claude and it'll ask you for a color theme. Then it opens your browser to log in. Sign in with the Claude account you just bought Pro on, click approve, and come back to the terminal. But just in case it doesn't allow you to log in automatically, just type /login and it'll work. Step 4 is to connect vidIQ. For this, we'll first exit Claude Code by typing /exit. In the video description below, there is some text after vidIQ MCP. Just copy that and paste it in your terminal and hit enter. That's done. Step 5, open Claude again by typing Claude in the terminal. Then we're going to type /mcp. Use your arrow keys to select vidIQ, then choose authenticate. It'll open your browser and the sign-in should happen automatically. Step 6, make a folder for Greenlight to live in. Type /exit to exit Claude Code. There's a bunch of text in the video description under my channel. Copy those two lines and paste into the terminal, but don't press enter. First, whenever it says my channel, you'll want to replace that with your channel's actual name and then hit enter. That's it. You just made a folder and stepped into it. Step 7. Open Claude Code again by typing Claude. This time it opens inside your new folder. Now go to the Greenlight doc, linked in the description, select all, copy the whole thing and paste it. It should look like this. In the same message, type save this as scale.md in this folder. Then set it up for my channel by following its first time setup session. The first time it creates a file, it will ask for your permission. Just say yes. Step 8. Greenlight is going to interview you. And here's a quick tip before you start. Just type /voice and hold down the spacebar to just talk to it. By the way, this needs Claude Code version 2.1.69 or something newer. And the first time it'll ask to use your mic, you have to say yes. Greenlight will want to know about you, your channel, your target audience, whether you're brand new or you already have videos. And in case you don't know your competitors, it'll find creators in your niche. So answer those questions and it builds everything else itself. And if you already have a channel, just give Greenlight your channel handle. It'll pull what it can straight from vidIQ. Your stats, your existing videos, your audience, and it'll only ask you for the stuff it genuinely cannot figure out, like who you are on camera and your hard boundaries for your content. So the whole interview is way shorter if your channel already exists. Step 9. Use it. You're already set up. From now on, anytime you have a video idea, open terminal, type this text, but use the name of your own channel, then that Claude and just ask something like, find me 3 topics worth making next, or investigate my idea around this. Is it worth it? Before it spends any vidIQ credits, it tells you the cost and waits for your yes. Then it hands you the topic card. One last thing on how to read it. Greenlight saves everything as files in your folder. Your topic cards, your channel identity, all of it. But the terminal is a miserable place to read those. So go download Cursor, it's a free app, and open your channel folder in it. Now you can click any file and read it like a normal document. And for a clean formatted view instead of raw text, hit Command plus Shift plus V. Remember, the folder doesn't disappear between sessions. Everything Greenlight built is saved on disk. Closing the terminal or cursor isn't going to lose anything. You're just reopening the same folder each time. And that's it. Now, if you run into any errors or something wasn't explained well in this video, just drop me a comment. I'll definitely respond. Then if you made it this far, you are definitely my target audience. So please hit subscribe. It really helps and keeps me going. I really appreciate that you're using Greenlight and I want to hear from you on how to make it better. I've already used it to plan this entire channel for pretty much the next 2 months. So you will be seeing similar content. I still think there's a lot left to automate, like creating scripts in my exact voice or having a Claude skill that generates B-rolls exactly the way I want them. So I'm going to be exploring those next and they'll kind of be an add-on to Greenlight 2. So that's one more reason for you to stay tuned, apart from the fact that you haven't seen the topic card for this video itself. And I am going to reveal it, just not now. We'll first see if the bet paid off. And now you might be wondering what actually happened to that old channel you showed me. Well, when I built Greenlight, it was actually built for that channel and I shared it with my team. And literally no one even looked at it. I kind of get it because I also have a resistance about new tech, but that still hurt because even if it's up, they could have just told me how to fix it. So that's kind of the reason why I made this channel and why I'm using Greenlight here for the first time. But that's the story of how I use Claude Code to plan my entire channel before I filmed anything. Stick around to find out if Claude Code messed it up or if something actually worked.